Good evening, and welcome once again to the Shadow Gallery. I'm your host, as always, James Donnelly. And guess what? It's new comics, bitches! Yes, it's new comics time for this week, the week of, the last week of April. I have this new job, which basically I'll be working, Wednesday through Saturday. I'm working 10-hour days, so not going to probably see this a whole lot, me actually putting this up before, like, Sunday. But I took today off because I was going to see Thor, which you can catch in one of my other vlogs, so please check that one out. Also, since it's New Comics Week, there will be a whole separate chapter that will be devoted solely to Action Comics number 900. So I urge you to check that one out as well, because there's a lot of shit going on with this, and I think that I, at least for myself, want to set the record straight with a lot of people who may have some misconceptions about this particular issue. Okay, so let's get into it. Start off. Oh, there's so much this week. We're going to start off with this, which is Captain America number 617. Very interesting and another very good issue of Captain America with Ed Brubaker at the helm. Who knew that he could be such a good author? No. As you know, I love Brubaker, so, and I love Captain America. He's one of my other favorites. He's one of my, he's my favorite, I think, he's my favorite Marvel hero, anyway. That's mostly because of Ed Brubaker. So, anywho, this is dealing more with the unfortunate situation of Bucky being stuck in the Russian gulag, in which he's forced to fight, essentially almost this kind of gladiatorial combat for his life. And, he's mixing with a lot of sordid and unpleasant individuals while he's in a Russian fucking gulag, so, yeah. And there's some people, of course, behind the scenes that are kind of puppet mastering this whole situation with Bucky. And of course, it's bringing back a lot of memories for him, memories that he's blacked out from being the Winter Soldier, assassinations that he's done, and how hard that he's trying to, keep that part of his past away from him, but, it just keeps coming right back. Essentially, this talks about, for those of you who are familiar with Black Widow, there's what they call the Red Room, which is where they created their, which is where the Soviets trained their female spies. They have they talk about the wolf spider experiments, which are basically the male counterpart to the Red Room's to the Black Widow procedures. So, and there's a total fucking nut in there, Nico Constantine, who is, just a bad dude, and, he doesn't, and he's extending kind of an invitation, an olive branch of, a pseudo ass-kicking, if you will, to Bucky, overall. But then there's more that's going on. We have a side story with, we have two side stories in this issue. One of them is with Black Widow and Sharon Carter, as they are going undercover in Russia to try and find out if perhaps Bucky maybe has been framed for this particular job. Quite possibly. Then we have a side story with Steve himself, who is, still obviously toying with the idea of whether or not he's coming back as Captain America. And he goes to visit old kind of pseudo douchebag nemesis of most of the heroes in the Marvel universe, Henry Peter Gyrich, who is just somebody who's always been this kind of lapdog for the for like the hero hating squad. He's like this one man hero hater, but he's been involved in Avengers. He was involved in the Initiative, but he's been involved in a lot of stuff over the years. Been kind of a back scenes player to a lot of different stuff going on in the Marvel U, and somebody's trying to kill him, and Steve Rogers wants to find out why the hell it's going on. So, apart with having this kind of prison drama and prison, action-y thing, there's a lot of really good espionage stuff here going on, and it's just it's fat. I love it when Brubaker puts away the costumes for a while and he just goes straight off the characters. That makes it so much better, which is not to say the stuff with the costume is bad at all. It's normally pretty fucking awesome. But when it strips away the costumes and it's just down to the nitty-gritty, that's when the character work, the dialogue, everything just comes together really wonderfully. And, this is a great issue. I loved it. I know, I'm sorry. I'm really trying to shorten down some of these reviews, but I do feel that it's important to discuss certain aspects of it, what I am reviewing. So, the art, we have 3 different artists throughout the issue. You've got Butch Geis, along with Chris Samney and Mike Deodato, who does the Black Widow. Chris Samney does the Steve Rogers story, and Mike Deodato does the Black Widow Sharon Carter tale. So it's always nice to see Deodato work. Anyway, so moving on to some more Brubaker, the final Brubaker of Secret Avengers. So, Secret Avengers number 12. I can't say that I'll be particularly glad that I'm glad that Brubaker's off this, because I like the Secret Avengers a lot, but I'm pretty confident with Nick Spencer coming in of Morning Glories. And obviously some other stuff that I can't name off the top of my head right now. But this is essentially the finale in which Cap basically helps, former ally, now adversary, John Steele, kind of go back and remember exactly what the hell happened to him. There's some great scenes with the Beast. There's some really cool stuff going on with the Green Mist, who there's a character that I just love when they, going back to when he was introduced in the Immortal Iron Fist. I'm sorry, Green Mist. The Prince of Orphans, not the Green Mist. The Prince of Orphans. And it's just really cool stuff. It rounds out his. It rounds out his run on the comic in a good way. We may have John Steele as maybe part of the Secret Avengers. That remains to be seen. Sorry to see that Deodato was not doing these last 2 issues of Brubaker's run, because I love Deodato's art. I think it's fantastic. What's his name? Will? I kind of want to say that it's Will. Sorry. Blanking out. Anyway, I guess I don't really know. But it's good art. Really good issue. Good wrap up to Brubaker's stuff. Stay tuned, because we're going to talk about the beginning of Nick Spencer with 12.1. So we'll be right back. Stick around.